order, and all that is good. The end justifies the means. I'm so sick of hearing that phrase. Though it truly grieves me so, I must tell you this. Forsake the truth if it's victory you seek. Steel yourself for this new courtroom reality. That does it. He's gonna regret dragging those dismal, depressing ideas in here. Since he's already surrendering to the dark age of the law, it's up to me to fight it. Why so silent, Cykes Dono? Something the matter? This is a court of law. It's no place for long-winded talks about idealistic principles. That's why I'm going to let the evidence do the talking. Let's not get carried away now, Miss Cykes. It will not do to have you attempting to discredit my doctrine. Or doctrine. Do not force me to rectify the situation. No, go ahead and rectify it. Only if I lose and you win, that is. Ooh. Very nice. Cross-examination. Zoof. Rehearsal means is testimony. The defendant came to me with what she said was very important and by necessity secret. Let's just press everything. Beep beep beep. I doubt our client would come to you with something like that. You have a point there. If only Professor Court had been alive, I suspect Juniper would have gone to her instead. So our client came to talk to you after Professor Court was dead. Let's go through this step by step, shall we? First, Juniper came to me that day. Oh. Just me to pre-record my speech and come to the audio room during the mock trial. Yeah, it just lines up a bit too perfectly. Oh, pardon me. So, are you suggesting it was our client who told you to fake an alibi? You have every reason to be surprised. I too was shocked when she told me that. Simply put, Juniper has a secret that she wished to protect that badly. Is he kidding me? That lie couldn't be further from the truth. The problem is, how am I going to expose it? It was an earnest request from an outstanding student. How could I possibly have refused? Juniper confessed to the murder and asked that I get her declared innocent in court. Did you consider that a threat? Yes. But it's now you to whom she has passed her demands on to. Miss Cykes, you must realize that you too are being used by Juniper. What? Your Honor, I ask that you two do not let her feigned weakness and innocence fool you. Juniper Woods is quite clever and extremely tough. And perhaps most important of all, she is a fervent follower of my teachings. Your Honor, the witness's testimony is nothing but an attack on our client's character. Very well. Objection sustained. So be it. Nevertheless, the fact that she threatened me is immutable. Unless you're just completely bullshitting, which I assume. She also said I'd become an accomplice after losing my alibi due to the pre-recording. Yeah, sure. This just all lines up a bit too perfectly. How could you overlook such a threat? As a teacher, it's your duty to discipline students. Yes, well, perhaps I do have some serious reflection to do on this matter. I suppose it was just wishful thinking on my part. I wanted to believe that Juniper hadn't actually committed murder, and that she hadn't meant to threaten me. Really? Please do explain. Long had I waited for a student who would embody my teachings. Does the witness realize what he's saying? Surely you must see the true meaning in my words. I am merely saying that staying true to what I teach, and my methods are but a reflection of the times. Oh wow, his way of thinking is really warped. But I haven't heard any inconsistencies yet. I wouldn't be so sure. Really? The more he tries to avoid logical inconsistencies in his testimony, the more likely we'll see inconsistencies between his actions and words. It's a dark age in which we live, and there is much I would like to say on the matter. Right, okay, so... But when I said I would protect Juniper, I meant it because it's the humane thing to do. If you were gonna protect her, why the fuck would you implicate her with this forged evidence that I keep passing by because I never realise where it is? Jesus. So let me get this straight. You were trying to help Miss Woods. Huh, that's nothing more than a bald-faced lie. No offense, Your Honor. Such defamation of my character and your hair follicles, Your Honor. It is an outrage. Miss Cykes will clarify her statement, but leave my hair follicles out of it this time. Yes, of course, Your Honor. Now please, take a look at this. The witness gave this tape to Mr. O'Connor. Then he slyly whispered, "Take this to the police and tell them you found it." There was no whispering, slyly or otherwise involved. I simply did that out of kindness. The tape contained our client's voice. In short, it is incredibly damaging evidence. Why would it even exist if the witness wasn't trying to pin the murder on our client? They say the road to hell is paved with good intentions, but not yours. You never had good intentions, only lies to protect yourself with while blaming another. You, Professor, are the embodiment of the dark age of the law. Who objected? I'm gonna guess it's means. Oh. Why, you little... You dare call my teachings and methods lies? I do indeed. What the fuck? Wait. Ew. Famous Legal Academy is a proud institution. It's the most powerful in the world. You'll never forget what true education and lawyering means once I'm through with you. Huh? Professor Means? What's with your hair? Quiet, no talking in class. Oh dear. Homeroom, October 26th. Eyes and ears up here, everyone. Homeroom is now in session. We will begin with roll call. Athena Cykes. Huh? Oh, here. Apologists. I'm fine. I mean, here. Fool. The proper response is here without any extraneous information. Oof. I mean, here. Next, Your Honor. This is so dumb. Here. See, class? That's the proper way to answer. Simon Blackwell. He ain't gotta answer. I said, Simon Blackwell. Are you here or not? There's always one, isn't there? Well then, I'll just mark you absent. Now, get out of my class this instant. Get out? Very well, if that is your wish. Who am I to defy my homeroom teacher? Is that such a good idea? Prosecutor Blackwell is free of his shackles. It just so happens I was a member of my high school's disciplinarian committee. But is that really so shocking? Constabulary lapdog the teacher's pet. What a malleable mutt you are, Fulbright. Very good, Bobby. You just earned a gold star and a promotion to head disciplinarian. Alright, class is now in session. Why do I have the sudden urge to go to the nurse's office with a stomachache? Oh, Juniper's the killer? I am innocent. Pay attention, I am not the killer. Juniper is. This will be on the next test, so you had better be listening. What in the hell is this? But Professor, you created the phony tape to pin the blame on Juniper. Plus, you were the only one who could have moved the body during the mock trial. Please no, I was not at school. Athena, you disappoint me so. To think you would label me a murderer. Now pay attention. The murder occurred on the 23rd between 6 and 8 PM. But I was already at home by that time, so how could I have been involved in this crime? Professor Means, can you really prove you had already gone home by that time? Can you prove that I was still at school? No, I can't. So you admit it. Well, you just earned extra credit for your honesty. But you've also earned yourself lavatory cleaning duties until you graduate. I do enough of that at the office. What is happening? Oh my god. Who? Oh, it's Robin. No way, man! I totally object. To what? Robin? I can't believe I fell for the Professor's silver-tongued lies. Why, you? How dare you talk about your teacher like that? I'm not listening to you anymore, man. No way, no how. No, I have a confession to make. You know those 2 statues that were on stage? I didn't make them all by myself. The statues on stage? Do I want to know where this is headed? Did Professor Means help? I was able to finish one of them, but the last bell rang before I had time for the other one. So I asked Professor Means to make it for me. In other words, the Professor was there on the stage after the last bell. Right, and it would have been way past 7 PM before he could have finished. Professor Means was still at school? This is an outrage. Well, this is incredibly important testimony. The Professor told me. I'll take care of it. I thought my parents would let me be an artist if I said I'd made both statues myself. I'm so sorry for not telling the truth. Robin. Quick, somebody get this juvenile delinquent out of my sight. Simon, you're head honcho among the delinquents. Do something. Oh god. And who's in charge of the class fet around here? Not interested. But if you want a class in swordsmanship, I'm your man. Of course. Only real blades will do. No swords at school. All weapons will be confiscated. Nurse, where's a school nurse when you need one? It would seem Sykes seeks a showdown, Professor. In which case you would do well to draw your staff. Quick as lightning. Very well. Then I will just have to prove my innocence myself. The real lesson begins in second period. Prepare to be served old school style. What does that... Oh, never mind. Your testimony, please. Is he giving testimony like that? Yeah, he is. Okay. Interesting. Oh, fuck me. This is weird. Professor Means is work of art. Now pay attention. Robin took over half a day to complete one statue. I, however, finished most of the other statue between 7 and 8:30 PM. The defendant, Juniper, saw the 2 statues with her own eyes at 8:30 PM. Completing a statue so quickly meant I could not leave the stage for a single second. How could I have possibly had the time to go to the art room and commit murder? You're saying the defendant saw the finished statues? Precisely. She said so herself at the detention centre yesterday. Her defence team was there and heard her say so too. Don't try to deny it now. That evening I went back to my dressing room to get something I'd forgotten there. It was well after the last bell rang. I'd say maybe around 8:30. That's when I noticed that both stage statues were finished. They were quite large, and they were each covered with a white sheet, but I could tell that they were finished. Right. The Professor was there when that matter came up. Before I address the Professor's charges, I have a question for Robin. How hard would it be to complete a statue like that in 1.5 hours? It would probably take me at least twice as long. Okay. So personally, I think it would be incredibly difficult to finish in that short a time. That didn't exactly help our case. But he won't get off that easy. He's bound to stumble over his own slippery means. Probably. Do. Okay, so Professor Means is work of art. Now pay attention. Robin took over half a day to complete the statue. Yeah, whatever. Miss Newman took over half a day? Can you please be a little more precise than that? What a wonderful question. She was having quite a tough time, you see. Prosecutor Gavin's statue alone took her from the morning hours into the evening. Well, it is a rather large statue after all. Don't be silly. It merely exposes the difference between student and teacher. Okay. Hold it! Most of the other statue. What exactly does that mean? Robin created the basic outline of Mr. Wright's statue before the last bell rang. I, in turn, completed the rest of it. I see. In academics as well as art, learning the basics is incredibly important. In short, you skipped the most important part of statue making, didn't you? Why, you insolent little... It is the practical applications built upon the basics that take so much time. Professors such as I mastered the basics a long time ago. Unlike Miss Fancy Pants here, who lacks all lawyerly fundamentals. How quiet you. Now, do you understand? I did not leave that stage until I was done. Well, Miss Cykes, do you accept the witness's claim? Not on your life, Buster. Sure. I've tried everything, but I still can't prove anything. I guess I concede. I couldn't hear you. Say it louder this time. I concede that Professor Means never left the stage. That's right. But what took you so long? I was there at the stage the entire time. I couldn't possibly have committed that crime. I'm not going to give up here. I'm afraid I have to side with the witness, Miss Cykes. And unless you have any further objections, I'll have to put this issue to rest. Ooh, okay. Not yet. The defense still has an objection. Athena, you've thought of something? Well, as I said, not yet. Oh, so it's time for legal smoke and mirrors. Not yet, Athena. It's not yet time to quit. At times like these, when it seems like there's no way out, you have to. Yeah, I have to turn the case upside down. Okay. Instead of focusing on whether Professor Means could have gone to the art room, I should focus on how he could commit murder without going there. It seems our young lady has a real bona fide idea. I must use any means possible to distract her. See if she can think while I cast these stones. Who brought the bird to school? Sykes Dono. If I hear one word of your usual jibber-jabber, I shall have your head. The murder occurred in the art room, yet the witness was on the stage. How do you propose to fill the vast gap between these two key facts? If I accept the premise that the professor was on the stage the entire time, the only other answer is that we got something else wrong. Wait, that's it. Every last one of us made a huge mistake. We were totally wrong about the murder weapon, crime scene, suspect, crime scene. What if it was the stage? If Professor Means was on the stage the entire time, then he must be the killer. Ridiculous. The defense has become utterly incoherent. So, no, it's just the murder wasn't committed where we thought it was. Continue, Sykes Dono. Okay. The murder was actually committed here. Yeah. The stage. The greatest riddle of this case has been how the body was moved from the art room. But if the murder occurred on the stage, that means the body was never moved at all. But there was no blood. The murder occurred in the art room. Silly girl, when the body was found, there wasn't a drop of blood on the stage floor. Surely there would have been some blood if that's where the murder was committed. There wasn't any blood on the stage. Really? Oh no, I disconnected. Fuck. Okay, I'm back, I guess. Whatever. But there was something on stage, at the time of the murder, that's now bloodstained. Something on the stage at the time of the murder. Shit, what did I do? The school banner has blood on it. A large banner that was hung by a wire between the stage and the art room. A trace amount of blood was found on it. Yeah. It's true there were no bloodstains on the stage floor. But there was something on the stage that did have a bloodstain. And that would be this school banner. No blood would have gotten on the floor if this were under the victim when she was killed. Oh my, that's quite a compelling theory.
Silence.
Yeah, of course. Whoa! Oh! Oh! What is it now? My theory makes perfect sense. That was a pathetic attempt. You must put every inch of your body into your attacks. The autopsy states the cause of death was blood loss, or loss of blood. Yet only a trace amount was found upon that banner. Where did the rest go? Blood getting on there when the body was moved by wire makes more sense than not. Very good, Simon. Tell me, what's your first choice for higher education? I'll write you the ultimate in recommendation letters. You're all but guaranteed to get in. Jesus. Actually, the defense has something to explain that, as well. You do? If there was only a trace amount of blood on the school banner, then there must have been something else the killer used to soak up the blood. All I have to do is figure out what. This is what soaked up most of the victim's blood. Oh, it's on the floor. Oh. Yeah, okay, that's definitely... Well, it looks like there's some other piece of fabric on top of the school banner. It's heavy-duty cloth, too. That's what, what's-his-face said. Clavier. It's the governor's banner that had been specially made for the school concert. Since it's on top of the school banner, the blood would have hit it first. It could have easily absorbed most of the blood like a dishcloth. And only a small amount would have soaked through to the school banner below. So it makes sense, total sense for the school banner to only have a little blood on it. So that banner absorbed the blood like a dishcloth. Yes, that would explain it. The governor's banner was like a dishcloth. Surely it was at least towel quality. Simon, don't just stand there, do something.
Silence.
Cykes Dono. You are learning to wield a blade quite well. But how will you respond when I come slashing at you like this? The remnant of a large bloodstain was detected in the art room. But why would there be blood there if the murder occurred on the stage as you claim? The bloodstain in the art room was faked. How? I'll tell you how. All that was needed was something that could transport the blood upstairs. And that something was... a piece of evidence we just finished discussing. The killer used this to bring the victim's blood up to the art room. Yeah, there. Burnt fragments. To think you'd stoop so low as to present mere garbage to this court. But it's not garbage, it's a flag. It's only garbage because someone tried to destroy it by tossing it in the incinerator. That someone was most likely the killer seeking to get rid of crucial evidence. The killer used the wire to bring the blood-soaked governor's banner to the art room. Then the blood was wiped onto the floor to complete the ruse. It makes perfect sense. Oh! What a noise. Woo! Order, order. This is quite a development. To think the body was never actually moved. Hold it right there. The body must have been moved. How else do you explain that loud crash you heard during the mock trial? If it wasn't caused by the body crashing into the statues, then what was it? I hadn't thought of that. If that loud crash wasn't the body hitting the statues, then what was it indeed? The knot in the school banner shows that something was carried along the wire in it. So if that's true, I know what I have to find. Oh! Something that was in the art room before the murder and then on the stage after. The statue of Lady Justice. The object that was sent down the wire to crash into the statues was... Lady Justice. That statue? Yes, I believe it was this statue that broke the other two, not Professor Cott's body. The unique statue you see on the right, that's the pure white Lady Justice from earlier. Professor Cott accidentally broke it while she was polishing it, the day before the mock trial began. Before the mock trial, jeez. But she used her own unique artistic sense and technique to repair it as you see here. Nobody would have guessed that it was originally Lady Justice.
Silence.
Perhaps you're onto something. But why, pray tell, would anyone move that scrap heap relic in such a tedious manner? Excellent question, Simon. Keep them coming. You know why, but the fact that you won't acknowledge it shows how twisted you are. Lady Justice was moved during the mock trial. During that time, Professor Means was fabricating an alibi with his pre-recorded speech. If we consider the facts, then Lady Justice was moved in order to point us to the body, hide the body, interrupt the mock trial, point us to the body. Yeah. Professor Means used his pre-recorded speech to fake an alibi during the mock trial. He wanted to make it look like he couldn't possibly have moved the body. Moving Lady Justice was his way of pointing us to the body and cementing his alibi. Oof. That's quite a persuasive argument. For a while there, I thought you weren't taking the trial seriously. Well done. Jesus, this goes on forever. It's been 3.5 hours, and I may have to upload this stream entirely. Because of internet issues. Isn't it fun? You should never underestimate me, Athena Cykes. So Professor Means always means what he says he means and says what he means by all means. Fine then. Say it already. I'm waiting. The murder occurred the night before, but the body wasn't found until late the next day. Countless students passed the stage till they met in the lecture hall for the mock trial. The body would absolutely be found. So answer me this, why didn't anyone see the body that entire time? That can't be explained by, uh-ohs. If the victim was murdered on the stage and left there, the body would inevitably have been discovered. And of course, there was nowhere to hide a body upon that stage. This is not good, Athena. Our claim is this close to being beaten to a pulp. I know, but we've come so far. Consider yourself schooled. I couldn't have possibly killed anyone. The killer is none other than Juniper Woods. It always has been and it always will be. Just wait a minute. Poor Juniper. She must seriously regret having asked you to defend her. And to add insult to injury, you nearly had Hugh convicted of murder. Or convicted for murder. Surely you haven't forgotten that little fiasco. Ah, the end justifies the means. That's what that just said. Athena Cykes' attorney's badge is just for show. Not only did you fail to defend your client, you also raised false charges against her friend. You have no right to call yourself a lawyer. Of course the screen goes black. Oh no! But if this trial proceeds in the same manner and ends in the same way as the mock trial, would you not lose everything you've worked so hard to gain? Well, I'll just have to make sure that doesn't happen then, won't I? Pardon me. Don't tell me I failed once again. Failed to save someone near and dear to me. I've worked so hard to become a lawyer, and even studied psychology. Has it all been for naught? Am I just doomed to relive that all over again? Oh dear, not this again. Oh god. Athena? What's wrong? Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Relax, Athena. Breathe. Oh dear. It's not working. Everything's going dark. After all I've